Thank you very much. Thank you, dear colleagues, because you are colleagues in what we do. The PSL or the league couldn't be as attractive as it is if there was not your contribution. Before to start, I think there has been a lot of things around, but I would like first to have a moment to speak. But I'm going to speak about football. I'm not going to speak about the noises that are outside there, because I'm a coach and my job is on the field. I'm going to first do an evaluation of the 18 games that we have played. We have played 18 games since now. I'm first gonna to put the context. I'm gonna go back to the last 2 seasons after 18 games. 23-24. After 80 games, 12 goals conceded with 7 losses. 23-24. They were at 25 points in 10th position. That's 23-24. 24-25. 24 goals conceded in 18 games and 8 losses, 9 position with 24 points. Today, 4 losses, 30 points. And in that situation, I'm gonna show you the stats for this season. Please, okay. That's PSL, that's not me, that's not Kaizer Chiefs. Ball possession, 59.4. Mamelodi Sundowns is ahead of us, we are second. Accurate passes per game, we are second with 415 accurate passes every game. Total shots per game, we are first with an average of 15.5. Shots on target per game, an average of 5.2. We are first. Successful dribbles per game, 9.5 average. We are first before Golden Arrows. Accurate crosses per game, we are third with an average of 4.5. Clean sheets, we are second. That's stats of football. Those are stats of football.
Thank you, Coach. Will that be all, or you still having some more?
That would be all.
That would be on the screen.
That would
You
be
may
all.
proceed, Coach, and close on your briefing.
That's stats of football. And I'm gonna come as well on the last 3 games, because I know that those have raised a lot of questions. I'm gonna start with the Stellenbosch game in the league. It's a game that I think that we could have won it easily. First half, we have 4 or 5 opportunities to score. There is a goal that is disallowed for a goal that is disallowed. It could have been 2-0, and that's a completely different game. Every game, every team has a day without. Unfortunately for us, it was at the derby. That's the game that we didn't do anything. And I take full responsibility for that. As coaches, we take full responsibility. Unfortunately, at your best, it's the derby. And that's where fans are, they look up to that game like for 6 months before, a year before, and then at the day we don't show up, and that's on us. We take responsibility for that. The last game against Richards Bay, I think it's a game on a difficult field with we make an individual mistake. We concede a goal. It's unfortunate, but I don't think that we were not bad in the game. First half, we controlled the game. They are not very dangerous, but at the end we lose 3 points. What has been the solidity of the team since the beginning of the season? Mostly, it's defensive solidity, to not concede goals. But since January, there is 2 factors that can explain the drop in our defensive solidity. It's a lot of injuries and the suspension. For example, the game that we played against Richards Bay, we have a back four of, even at training, they never practiced together because no one would believe that they could play together. As in our how we think about football, we don't want to play with 2 central backs that are left-footed. We started with Cross and Aiden, but Miguel gets injured in the morning of the game. That changes a lot of things. Then Cross has to play even fitness-wise. It was not. He's coming back from an injury, and then everything needs to change. Those are the facts of the 18 games. After that, there are people that, with different agendas, can say, "Oh, the coaches, they don't deserve to be there. The boat is too big. Is bigger than the captain that is leading it." All those things but I showed you the stats of the team, and this team has been in constant progression since the beginning of the season. Are you gonna start panicking, or are you gonna start running because one month of bad performances while you have done incredible 7 months? No. There is still 12 games to play and a lot of things to play for. Today we are in 6th position. The one who is in 3rd has 3 points is 3 points ahead of us. We have 2 games in hand. I'm not saying that we're gonna win both 2 games, but we're gonna try everything we do. And me as coach, if this team finishes top 3 at the end of the season, I can even leave and I will say that I have accomplished what no one has accomplished in the last 10 years. But there is someone who finished 2nd. It was, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. He finished 2nd with 23 goals on set pieces, with a lot of long balls, and 23 goals scored in the whole season on set pieces. But at the end, if we achieve a top 3 at the end of the season, we leave and say that we have done an incredible job. Thank you very much. Your question.
Before that, coach, if you can give us the state of the team as it is currently, your preparation to questions. For Sunday game against Durban City, as you all know, we have already 2 suspensions, Ox and Aiden. We are having Igodaro that is coming back. He's been training him and Reeve for the past week, but they are not physically, they are not ready yet to feature in the game. We still have Brandon Peterson that is recovering from his surgery. Miguel has trained the last 3 days. We still need to assess him on the last 2 days. Vilakazi as well is fully back in training after his little knock that he got against Stellenbosch. He's fully fit. And the rest of the players are training very hard and looking forward to Sunday game.
Here we go. Most of the media, the coach is here. In the interest of time, let's try to use this opportunity as much as possible. We can only do that by snapshots. If you extend the question, it narrows the time that we have. Yeah. Right? So we'll start this side. Let's go.
Coach, just in the absence of Brandon, Bruce obviously hadn't played a competitive game of football in an incredibly long time before the derby. Just what have you made of his performances and goals so far, obviously having sat out for so long and yet to come back?
That's the difficulty of the goalkeeper job, and it's a different position, and you have to be ready all the time. And as well, you know that it's a position that we don't like to change the player. That means the second goalkeeper can spend maybe 4, 5, 6 months without playing any game. And but the day of you are called upon, you need to be ready. And I would say that his performance was not bad, was good, but I think as well that we could have helped him more. And it's unfortunately he came at a time that we were not having that defensive solidity to help him as well to get confident. And that's what we are working on now, day or night, to go back into the solidity. And as well, if we go back into the solidity as well, I'm pretty sure that his performance will be better than what he has shown until now.
Good morning, Coach. Coach, just to go back to the stats, I was looking at the stats and I myself couldn't believe it that you're doing so well when looking at the stats, but looking at the log and the results, they're not coming forth. For fans, they don't really understand the stats things. How do you get them to understand that this is a process and they need to be patient, that the stats might be maybe converted to positive results in future?
That's why as well we work with you, because to get the message along, because a football team is not built in one night, or it's a process. And I'm not saying that we're starting the process now. No, it's a process that started like a few years ago. And this is a big club. It's a big Kaizer Chiefs is a big club. But what we need to understand, I feel like sometimes the expectations changes day to day. We win 3 games, and now they are talking about winning PSL. And you lose 1 or 2 games, they are calling to fire the coaches. But all those things, it's a process. We need to focus on what we have to do, and we need to know as well what we are coming from. I gave you the start of 23-24. We finished 10th position. Last season we finished 9th position, and I'm pretty sure that we are in a very, very good direction. But everyone needs to pull in that direction.
Coach, I also just, unfortunately, as there's one of the former football, he's still a coach, an assistant coach at one of the top clubs. He says bikini, stats are like a bikini, because what is important is results. But I do understand what you're saying. In essence, what exactly were you trying to prove? Because, I think you do know much better than I do that results are quite important. Is that to make fans understand, and also to say to them that, listen, this is going to take a bit of time? What exactly were you trying to, send a message in regards to those stats?
What I'm trying to the message that I'm trying to convey is that for 7 months, this team has been performing fairly well. Maybe sometimes we don't score a lot of goals, but the stats shows that the direction that the team takes is the right one. And I am 100% with you. The results are the most important things in this industry. And if, for example, I didn't have maybe 5, 6 shots on target every game, I will never think that I'm going to get a result. And I know that from that, I have to, even my players, they know that now they need to convert those chances. They need to make it happen. They need to make the result coming from that. It's that who starts, and then you get the result. It's not the result that starts, and then after you get the start.
Colleagues avoid leading questions. Kara was asking a question and also suggesting an answer. I heard that carefully. It's not right. Let's go far post and we're going. Everybody's getting a chance.
Okay. Towards far post. Coach, I'm just looking through the season, right? Maybe not just this season, maybe even last season as well. You look at the integration of new signings and them making impact. I think you agree with me that even this season, you've signed about 12 players, but not half of them are like regulars, and they've come in and sort of lifted the level and standard of the team. Is it the integration of new players that's the challenge here, or it's the players that were there in the club last season that have sort of improved their performance? I mean, Zita last season didn't really feature much. It's been very important this season. How would you explain that?
I would say that it's the recruitment that we have done. It's mostly, except maybe Maboe and Ndlovu and Silva, but mostly are players that you integrate them step by step, because it's a players that on long term they will give you an impact, but they are not players that will give an impact, an instant impact, like the likes of Velebai, the likes of Bartman, the likes of Shinga, the likes of Aten. It's a players that on the long term they will give you an impact. That's why even to integrate them, we are going step by step. But as well, I have to give credit to the other players that were not featuring much last season, because we have worked a lot with them. You spoke about Zita, I'll speak about Moody, I will speak about Solomons, and there are players that even Brandon Peterson, and there are players that have improved tremendously well this season.
We're coming to everybody, and we're going to close at that side.
After Lawrence.
Okay.
Coach, is it realistic, and is it made a mandate now to finish in the top two and get CAF Champions League? Because we've all heard this in the week, CAF Champions League target is the qualification target. Is it realistic, and is it a mandate for you to keep a job?
I would say that on my part, we believe that to finish a top three would be an amazing achievement. To finish top two would be a miracle, and we are working every day to finish as far as we can.
Back to you, or should we move?
Yes. Coach Vanilla from SABC. In a co-coaching environment, can you please take us through what happens in terms of decision making, who has the final say, who takes responsibility? These are the questions that are constantly being asked, and not only when things are bad, but also when things are good.
I would say that mostly me and Halil, we share our responsibilities, but mainly take care of all the defensive structures, plays, set pieces, and himself, he takes care of all the offensive structure, set pieces, and plays.
Happy with that? Thank you. We move. We'll start at the back. We'll come back to you, Shah.
Coach, my question is twofold. It's based on the stats that you showed. For a team like Chiefs, in terms of what they've done, the positive stats that you've shown, are they enough in terms of what this team is known for? And the second aspect is that, how do you handle that as coaches? You're not judged on where you took the team from, which there's been progress in, but we are judged on where the team used to be. And from that aspect, there are certain things that are not necessarily where the team is.
If I believe that if I was judged on where the team used to be, maybe I would got a medal now, because we won a trophy last season after 10 years, and you know, it's sometimes you need to be realistic. You need to be realistic. We are a big club that is in rebuilding. We are a big club that is in rebuilding, and that's the fact that we need to understand. Because if you don't understand that, and you're gonna make a lot of mistakes by thinking that you have to, I have the right to have that. But all these years you haven't have that, then how do you get to that? That's the big question. Because when you raise a lot the expectations, and then even the reality becomes unrealistic. But as I said, let's finish the season and judge us at the end of the season of what we have achieved.
Thank you, Coach. Are we closing with Shaba, or we still have a follow-up? Shaba, let's go for it. No, hold on, Shaba, there's a follow-up.
Although just the first aspect in terms of looking at holistic, in terms of the positive stats that you've shown of the team's progress, is it enough for the team?
I would say that for me, it's enough, but it's not enough that we could have had more points than what we have. I believe there is always 3 games that I remember: Mazulu, TS Galaxy, and Chipa, where we have like 760s something possession with 20 shots on target. We missed penalties, goals are disallowed, and you know, with those maybe you could have more points. But at this point, we feel that we could have done better, but we did well.
Fantastic. We're closing with the last 3 with Shaba first. A quick one, Shaba.
Coach, a massive club like this, I mean, you've got all the material, pound for pound, these players match any player within the PSL. But what is it that you feel is still missing from this squad that you have to click and have a beautiful run and start winning things again? And for you as an individual, how do you take the blame of a player or players who actually don't score even open net chances, but then it all sits on your lap at the end of the day?
I would say that you know, it's true that this is a massive club, and you know, with that comes the responsibilities and the pressure. And sometimes, you know, players, they take it differently, and sometimes it's heavy for some, and it's lighter for other ones. And as I said, you know, to play in these kind of teams, you need to have players with character, players that you know, they have a very, very strong mentality. And I feel like in that there is still a way to go, because as well, to play in this kind of club, it's not only the talent is not enough. The talent is not enough. The talent is far from being enough. Here, you have the mentality as well has a big impact because of the surrounding of the club. And as you said, you know, I have to take responsibility for the players, because I know how hard they work every day. They can miss an open net, and it happens. And it's my responsibility to encourage them, to lift them up, and because I need those players to perform at a daily basis.
We're closing with the last 2 questions. If you talk through your question, I'm going to stop.
No,
what is the question?
I am not talking through. Coach, Richards Bay, no shot at goal, going to Devon City as an experienced coach. How do you take the players through so that they can have shots at goal and win the game?
I believe that it's a first for the whole season that we experienced that. But it's true that we have to do something different, and I'm not gonna give you what we are preparing, but we have taken that into consideration, and we are working very hard to be better on Sunday.
Thank you. We're closing there in that corner.
Yeah, just a lighter one, Coach. Reflecting on your stint as head coach of Young Africans, right? When you compare the pressure, the demand with here, how do the two compare?
I would say that those are two big clubs that comes with a lot of pressure, and I would say that maybe here it has bigger impact because people use a lot of social media a lot, but as well I believe that here there is a lot of people that are trying to manipulate other people and by driving their own agendas, and that's unfortunate. But football it's like that in the entire world, and as a coach we are calm and we know what is at stake, and we have to show the right way to our players.
Coach, we thank you very much, and thanks members of the media.